Hello, this is Steve, Dichroic Glassman. Launching a new campaign on the Genesis glass system. And this is going to be an introduction to what it is the Genesis glass system really is. So let me ask you first question. No matter what pattern book you've got in mind, if that's the way you start, which I did in the beginning, I chose every conceivable pattern book I could find for possibilities. And maybe you're the same way. But how are you taking these designs, unless they come by a pre-done pattern already enclosed in your book, how are you taking this design and starting it out? This is just a simple little layout of some glass here, utilizing the dichroic bevels and jewels that I create. But how are you going to do it? Are you going to nail it down with tacks, with push pins, or tape it? Over the years, many people have contacted me since I've been talking about the Genesis system for some time now. I've been using it for 17 years, but I've never made it public. I just assumed everybody made panels like I did. I'm making perfectly round panels, whether it be round or square. Here's an abstract. Symmetry or geometry. This is symmetry. And geometry or symmetry, again, left matches right. It doesn't matter. No matter what you choose to do, whether it be a bird or a unicorn, you've got to start the process. What's it going to take? How many patterns are you drawing? I've heard up to 3. 3 different patterns. In other words, they're using them all for the construction of a window. I make one. In my system, I teach one pattern. You could use it over again many times, but I'm getting a high degree of accuracy, as you've seen in some of my videos on my YouTube channel. I plan on showing people not only how I design from the very core beginning, but I'm going to show the process all throughout, and even how I create my abstracts on level 3. Level 4, we just conventional stained glass panels. Various levels from 1 through 7 that are already crafted. The outline has already begun. The first level is how to begin the process. Like any well-disciplined modality, gymnastics, synchronized this, martial arts that, often the very most important step is the very first one. Think about it. Think of that Olympic gymnast who's standing in that perfect pose, waiting for the bell to ring, or the buzzer, and knowing exactly the first step that's going to be made. Rehearsed hundreds of times. Well, I'm sort of taking that stand in the stained glass, that the very first step, that foundation step, is going to dictate a lot of things. It's going to come up with confidence at the end of the day anyway. Are you getting the confidence that you seek and desire out of your stained glass creations? Sometimes I have to be very careful when I do an install that my windows are so square that often I've got to go back and change the panel or shave down a little bit of the wood from my perfectly square panel to fit in place. That's happened to me several times before I realized, oh my, I am not going to assume that utilizing a square, that every window is square in a house. Often, it's not the case. Often. In being on YouTube for several years, many people have chose to call me and email me, text me through my Facebook and what have you, and I fielded a lot of frustrations and heard a lot of people's stories. And I would say one of the very first places to start is the very beginning. There's a high level degree of frustration going on out there. Even when I contact people, or they contact me, I should say, who've been in stained glass up to 10 years even in some cases, I ask them, are you confident with the very first step? Are they square? Of course, we'll go with that. But when it comes to unique shapes, triangles, or circles, or ovals, the people will reveal to me that unless they've got a lid to a giant tub or something or other, they are not very confident with their measurements and beginning and ending up with what they want. In other words, creating an experience where you're actually being gratified and rewarding one at that. I would like to offer you the Genesis glass system in the idea that it can bring a foundation that is so strong and it can be relied upon each and every time to bring you back to that experience that you want. Sort of like a breadcrumb mentality, if you will. I can bring you back to the foundation, very first beginning of how you want to start a panel, so that you're going to end up with an incredible degree of accuracy and a reward, satisfaction, reward, gratification, confidence, and so forth, building as you go along the way. If you're interested in what this might present to you, implicate, please contact me. The Genesis system is ready to be launched now. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.